Welcome back. I want to welcome all of our subscribers back to episode 11. We are already on episode 11 of the Know It All podcast. I want to show a lot of thankfulness to all of our subscribers. This show is only 11 episodes in. Just last week, we had about 115 subscribers by the end of the week. We're up to 161 as of today. 1,000 is going to come sometime soon. And then we'll just keep growing from there. But far more importantly than the amount of subscribers, I'm appreciative to the ones that we have. And I really hope that everyone has been learning and growing and better fulfilling their lives and finding the motivation and inspiration that I hope this show provides. Without further delay, however, I would like to get started. So again, as always, I want to welcome everyone and introduce myself again. My name is Jiggs, and I am your host of the Know It All podcast. And again, this is episode 11. And today, we're going to be focused around the power of gratitude and how it can positively impact our lives. Now, something that I've personally found in life is that the ultimate act of self-care and gratitude and fulfillment is living a life you don't have to escape from. I want you to think about that for a moment. Living a life you do not need to escape from. So that means living a life where you're not living for the day and a half, 2 days of the weekend, or after work, happy hour, just for vacation, just for summer break. Where you don't have to unplug from life, but instead you wake up every single morning excited about what the day has in store for you and really charged up to make it a great day. And that's what I want to help all of our listeners to achieve. So without further delay, let's talk about it. So again, today's episode is centered around gratitude, but what I would like to do first is define what gratitude means so that we're on equal playing field. So, first of all, gratitude is the practice of noticing and appreciating the good things in life. It's about focusing on what you have rather than what you lack. In fact, research has shown that practicing gratitude can not only have a positive impact on our brain and our body, but just in our social environment and how we react to different situations, which we're all going to face different challenges in situations. But when we practice gratitude, it can activate the reward center in our brain and release neurotransmitters that give us that dopamine and that serotonin, which of course can improve our mood and our overall well-being. And these are the things that we want to trigger in our bodies. But contrary to practicing gratitude, when we don't practice gratitude, oftentimes research has shown that we might find ourselves focusing on what we don't have or comparing ourselves to others. Social media has made this far easier to do, which means I think a lot more people are doing it on a regular basis. But this can lead to feelings of jealousy, anger, and frustration. But when we practice gratitude, we can shift our focus to what we do have and cultivate a sense of contentment with what we do have in life and find satisfaction in life. So the first thing I really want to encourage you to do is to practice gratitude by acknowledging what gratitude means and doing everything possible that you are able to do to avoid the sentiments of jealousy and all the things that are the opposite of gratitude. And to take it a few steps further, I want to talk about the benefits of gratitude. Practicing gratitude not only can give you a positive impact on you as an individual, but it can also have a great deal of positive impact on our relationships. This could be for our children, our significant others, our friends, our family. When we express gratitude to others, it can strengthen our connections and make us feel more connected to our loved ones. I know that one of the things that I try to practice as a father is showing gratitude to my kids. And I think this is somewhat of a unique thing to my generation and likely the generations that follow us. And that's just verbally letting children know that you are showing them gratitude. So I think a lot of times former generations always treated their children like subordinates. I don't want to say slaves because it's not that dramatic, but saw them at kind of, they should be constantly thanking me. I don't have a reason to thank them because I fed them or I clothed them or I put a roof over their heads. I don't see it that way. I see gratitude as a two-way street and a learned behavior. And therefore, when I'm talking to my children and when my children do something, whether it's something they're supposed to do or something unexpectedly good, I want to encourage them and let them know that I value them. So I show gratitude. I say thank you. I think thank you for your opinion. Thank you for sharing with me. You know, sometimes if one of my children has a rough day and they don't want to talk about what happened today, they just admit that they had a rough day, and maybe later that evening they might spark a conversation to elaborate on what happened. I always ensure them that I'm gracious and I'm thankful that they were willing to share with me what they were going through. And the reason why I feel this way is because gratitude has a great deal of benefits to help us manage stress and improve our mental health. And again, this is a two-way street. When we focus on the good things in life, it can shift our perspective and also help us cope with difficult situations. And let's face it, every last one of us is going to face difficult situations. Some of us daily, some of us by the hour. But this gratitude lets us not forget about the happiness and allows us to increase our overall sense of well-being and just make us happier. And in fact, further studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly are happier, more optimistic, and more satisfied with their lives. But all of this only adds up to so much if you don't have an understanding of strategies to practice gratitude. And that's what I would like to get into next. So, how can we incorporate gratitude into our daily lives? I did some research and I put together some practical ways to practice gratitude on a daily and weekly basis. Some of it are some things that I've hinged on in previous episodes. Some things are somewhat new. But first and foremost, I find it incredibly helpful, and research has shown it as well, that keeping a gratitude journal. So if you take a few minutes each day, and you don't have to overthink it, it can literally be a minute. It could be 3 minutes. It could be 5 minutes. Or if you feel like this is where your heart takes you, it could be 20 or 30, 50 minutes. It doesn't matter. But taking at least a few minutes each day to write down things that you're grateful for. This is something that I already do in my daily journal. But it really does help you to focus on the good things in life and also think about the things, because sometimes when you're stuck in the rut of the daily grind, you know, the hamster wheel, the 9 to 5, whatever your daily grind is, you're just happy to survive and make it back to your bed. But a lot of times we take so many things during the day for granted that we don't recognize the positive things that occurred that day. So, and when I talk about gratitude, it doesn't have to be something dramatic. It doesn't have to be my friend loaned me $100 or my friend picked me up when my car broke down, or I got a bonus at work, or I got a promotion, or think of all the different examples that might be more obvious. But it could be something as simple as I had a good cup of coffee today. I had a chance to talk to a friend I hadn't spoken to in a while. My child, especially those of us who have teenagers, sat on the couch and hung out with me for a little while, and I really enjoyed that. It doesn't have to be a big what to do where it's like a life shifting moment. It can be the small things. It can be I went for a walk today. I found that really helpful. Or my favorite show premiered today, or the new episode came out today. Whatever it may be, there are always things every single day that we can be grateful for. But if we don't stop and smell the coffee, smell the flowers, time is just going to pass us by. So expressing gratitude for ourselves, but then shifting that to expressing gratitude for others. That's step 2. So we start with the journal. And then it's expressing gratitude to others. So take the time to thank someone for something they've done for you. And try your best to make it genuine. So what I mean by this is, if it's something that we consider minor, we might not invest the time in showing gratitude. So if a friend in the office picked up a file for you off of someone else's desk on their way back to their cubicle that's really close to you, you might say, "Good looking out," or "Thanks," and leave it at that. But maybe take it a step further. Say, "Hey, I really appreciate you. I'm helping me out because I'm locked in here." So a few extra words just to further expand on that gratitude. Sometimes that might lead to a more heartfelt conversation, because something that I've learned in life is you never know what people are going through. So you going a step further to show gratitude for whatever minor or major thing that someone does for you in your life might trigger something that helps alleviate them of some of the stress that they're going through. Or it might give them the opening that they were hoping for to express themselves about something that they're going through. It might be a challenge correlated directly to you, it might be a challenge correlated to someone else, but you may have opened that door to help that person express themselves and lead to a heartfelt conversation, which ultimately can be something else you can be thankful for in that day. Having a heartfelt conversation, knowing that someone wants to confide in you, goes a long way. I find for step number 3 that is especially helpful to practice mindfulness. So what this means to me is you take a few minutes each day to focus on the present moment and appreciate the good things in your life. And I think this is incredibly important and incredibly challenging in today's world. So we're all attached to our phones, or most of us are. Most of us are on social media, whether you're on TikTok or IG or Facebook or Snapchat or YouTube or insert popular site here. And we're constantly taking pictures, which is great because we're getting the ability to recall memories. But I also find that it's challenging with this technology, this computer that we all carry in our hands, to live in the moment. And one of the things that I've challenged myself to do over the course of the last year is be more deliberate in living in the moment. And I say to you that it is not easy. It's not something that I always adhere to. But what I've tried to practice personally is take pictures at the beginning, take pictures at the end maybe, but then put your phone away. Detach from everything that's happening outside of the box that you're in. If you're at dinner with friends, or if you're on a walk, or if you're hanging out with your kids, or watching a movie or watching a show, try your best to be present in that moment. And for me, it's a constant battle. I think for many people, it's a constant battle. So it's not something where you should wake up tomorrow and be able to accomplish it. But if it's something that you practice over time, I feel like you can really find the success that is necessary to truly see yourself as a live in the moment type of person. It gives you the ability, again, to appreciate the good things in life, and allows you to just enjoy the beauty around you. So even if it's something as simple as taking a deep breath and noticing the clouds, noticing the air, the smell of outside, so many simple things that we can show gratitude for, that we don't do when we don't live in the moment. Step 4. Practice gratitude in difficult situations. As I've probably mentioned in all the previous episodes, and I've already mentioned today, everyone is going through something. We never know what someone else is going through, but everyone is going through difficult situations. And when things are tough, this is when you really get to cut your teeth in practicing positivity, optimism, avoiding negative thoughts, attacking problems, and showing gratefulness. But this is the time to truly display that you are grateful. There are things that we can be thankful for regardless of the situation. So maybe it's the support of a loved one, or maybe it's an opportunity to learn and grow from an experience. Every opportunity, every challenge, every setback is an opportunity to learn. And so it's important to understand that and to cultivate that on a daily basis, because if you just look at every challenge and you say, woe is me, and you feel sorry for yourself, and you start piling the negativity on top of yourself, you start focusing on all the negative things. And when you focus on negative things, trust me, you will find them. They are there. And when you focus on them, you can't see the forest through the trees. You are focused on these negative experiences. They start to overcome you. They start to become a part of you. You express them in how you talk to people, how you walk, how you write, how you relax. They can take over your body. And I know from personal experience that stress can be a debilitating experience for anyone. So if you don't allow stress to beat you, if you don't allow negativity to beat you, you are already ahead of the curve. So if we focus on these 4 steps, again, that's using a journal to kind of keep track of your daily gratitude. And again, whether it's something as small as a cup of coffee or spending time with your teenager who is too cool to hang out with you. If you remember to practice gratitude to others, so you show their value to you. If you practice mindfulness, so again, being present in that moment. And then lastly, again, practice gratitude in difficult times. This is a constantly evolving trajectory that you will put yourself on, a journey, a marathon. But if you follow these 4 steps, you will be well on your way to practicing gratitude. And that leads me to the next segment, which is gratitude and success. So finally, what I would like to talk about is how gratitude can impact our success in life. We all want to be successful. And I'd like to pause here and just remind people that success is not always monetary or material. You want successful relationships. You want successful career just in whatever you do. It doesn't mean for some people that's getting promoted. For some people, that's getting into a leadership role. For some people, that's going to work, doing their job, and moving on to enjoying their evening. Knowing what impacts you to fulfill your success is especially important, but it's also really important to not base it on others' projection of success. Others will have opinions on what success is, no matter what you do in life. So it's most important to know what fulfills you internally and focus on those things. And starting with what impacts our success with gratitude, when we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we can approach life with a positive mindset and attract more opportunities. Many successful individuals attribute their success to gratitude. I've read dozens of books, and it's certainly a constant theme. When we're grateful for what we have, it can help us stay motivated and focused on our goals, but it can also help us cultivate, a sense of abundance. And again, your abundance might not be my abundance might not be your abundance, but we can both live abundantly. Remember that. We can both live abundantly and differently. And when we attract more abundance into our lives, we are going to succeed more. And ultimately, that's our goal, is to find our success. So, with that said, I have a challenge for you. And this is what I'm referring to as the gratitude challenge. I invite you to share this with me over the course of the next 30 days as episodes unfold in our comment section. My email address is in YouTube, so you can feel free to email me and update me. I love to hear positive things. You can always find a Know It All podcast on IG, on TikTok, and feel free to share this challenge progression with me. But first of all, I neglected to mention in the beginning segment that I'm now going to start referring to my listeners as the know-it-alls. So congratulations on your new title. But moving on, this is the challenge for all of my know-it-alls. And it's going to help you to practice gratitude for the next 30 days. And this is how we're going to break it down. Whether you use your phone or a piece of paper or a pad, each day write down 3 things you're grateful for. Now, the challenge here is to be specific and descriptive. So you want to say what it is, how it made you feel, and why it made you feel this way. So, for example, if you had a cookout with family, so you say, I'm grateful I got to spend time with family today. Why are you grateful you got to spend time with family today? I'm grateful I got to spend time with family today because I haven't seen them in a few months, and it's always cool to hang out, especially when it's not for something like a funeral. How did that make you feel? It felt really good. We spent a lot of time together. We talked about some things and got some life updates that I wasn't aware of. So it was overall a great experience. So again, be specific and descriptive. Don't just write, I'm thankful for family, I'm thankful for health. And I want to caution the rules around this challenge that if you feel like that's all you can share, but you're on that trajectory, you're on that journey to find your positive light and your gratitude, then we can start there. But ultimately, instead of just writing family or health as things you are thankful for and you're showing gratitude to, I want you to write, again, something like, I'm grateful for my supportive spouse who always listens to me, or I'm grateful for my strong legs that allow me to go for a 5-mile run, or I'm grateful for my powerful legs that allow me to squat a lot more than anyone would believe I can squat. And that's a true story. But no, if you miss a day, don't worry. Just pick up from where you left. Don't get down on yourself. Show gratitude to your acknowledgement that you missed a day and just pick it up and continue. And at the end of those 30 days, reflect on how practicing gratitude has impacted your life. Hopefully, it will have sent you on a more positive trajectory. Hopefully, it will have allowed you to appreciate and enjoy the daily grind and the daily things that challenge all of us, and to live in the moment and find our success by projecting and practicing gratitude both internally and externally. And with that said, that's a wrap for episode 11 of the Know It All podcast. Wait, episode 10. Episode 11. I can't keep track. But nonetheless, I want to give you a bit of a teaser because next week's episode, we are going to have a special guest. This will be only the third guest on the Know It All podcast. So I just want to give you a sneak peek. We'll be having a guest. Her name is Janora Lynn. She is a beauty brand architect and wellness coach. And ultimately, the mission behind her brand is to help women rebuild their lives by refining their mental health and learning the skills necessary to dominate in life. So we'll be talking about entrepreneurship, surviving challenges in relationships, motherhood, and just how she focuses on finding the best in life and ensuring that she is continuously focused on positive energy and winning. So as always, I am incredibly grateful to all of the know-it-alls for joining me for episode 11 of the Know It All podcast. I thank you. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, make it a great day on purpose. Thank you.